welcome back to Class Culture. I love my intro. we got a secret something coming up for 2022. I'm just gonna say tutu. That just like saying tutu. Thank you, you guys. Welcome back. This is number 22. Yes, I'm super excited. Wow, Halloween is almost here, and I'm really excited to talk about this topic, palm reading and the gypsy. So, yeah, I looked at the playlist, you guys, and I'm like, wow, we did that. So, thank you. I'm happy this is a part of my channel because people can always find it, always visit it. It doesn't have to be Halloween, October. It can be in the middle of May during a snowstorm, whatever. You can still come over here and get good information. We did this. We did it. Today we're going to talk about palm reading, palmistry, undulation, palm reading chart, fortune telling, gypsy traditions, superstitions, marriage. Gypsy traditions and superstitions, marriage. You know how I have to form words in order to get a really good, deep research results. So yeah, it's not a sentence. It's just a combination of words. Okay. And then fortune telling in Africa. Okay. And now I don't have any extra, but we got, let me see how many. Let me, you know how I do. I separate them by 3. Okay. We got 10. We got 10 websites. So thank you so much, Hearts of Gold. I am not to, no pun intended. I'm over the moon regarding this series because all of these topics have everything to do with my creative side. Take a sip. I got hot tea. Take a sip. And it matters to me to show you the process of research and make content for my page and be a part of Vlogtober. I can't wait for December because we're going to cosplay a Vlogmas for September. But yeah, this has really been a treat. So thank you so much, Hearts of Gold. Yes, we have the wolf up there because we're getting closer and closer to Halloween. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to change it. Let me see. I think that's like the only, seasonal, up there in the corner. Icon I got up there. But yeah, I like that. I went, yeah, it's time to bring it home. Yeah, we're on the inside of it. We only got 9 more days. And I appreciate you. I hope you are preparing for the holidays. I am. I hope you do enjoy the holidays. I do. But if you are just someone who gets down with scary movies, I know it's a lot of gamers out there, mystery, all of these topics are fascinating. It's also good for you. Even when you come back to the playlist, just hit the videos and look down in the description boxes because that's my goal for my channel. It's just to be encompassed. It's all welcoming. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone has a curiosity about these topics from age 2 to 102. Oh yeah, we claiming it. Knock on everything. But yeah, I'm glad my channel has it because guess what? I'm going to be coming back and looking at everything I pulled up and researched. Now, I love the topic of palm reading. Have you ever had your palm read? Have you ever tried to read your own palm? Have you looked into all the technical things that have to do with it? Like in antiquity when they made, now this is sort of modern, but there's a lot of ancient versions of it like that. But I like this. Because let me take the banner down. Sorry. Because it shows everything. I mean, and this is what we're going to go over. What parts of your hand have certain meanings? Here they talk about the different planets and all of that. Remember I said I really wasn't going to work or focus on planetary. This is a that's. Probably not. Maybe next year. Okay, because I want to get all of this goodness in. It's a lot. It's a lot. So maybe next year we'll do the planets and the meanings and the zodiacs and things like that. But yeah, it's a fascinating topic, and I'm glad that we are starting it here in Class Culture. It means everything to me to have a channel that reflects my interests, my curiosities, what I do on a daily basis, how I plan to incorporate all of this information into my pieces of art. So thank you, Hearts of Gold. If you're new here, because sometimes we got a lot of new people in the comments. Thank you. I appreciate you. Please go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and share it if you are a content creator. I appreciate you. We network and we do support other people over here. So hit the like, subscribe, and you have to hit the button at the same time in order to get your alerts when I go live or when I post something new. I have a show lineup already, meaning all you do is hit that reminder button. You're telling on yourself. I see people drop down in chats and things or comment section says, oh, I didn't get it. Oh, I missed it. Oh, this or that. Well, you got to do what the anime cosplayer is telling you to do. Hit it, hit it, hit it. And I appreciate you so very much. So yeah, let's get back to the topic at hand. Palm reading. I used to get my palm read once a year. Then after a while, y'all, I'm like, well, I can read my own palm. Because sometimes the mysticals take it a bit too far. They get a little bit too, weird with it. And they say things that aren't necessarily true, or I know it's not true, or they're trying to bait you. And I just say, thank you, have a nice day. And I do my own. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm at that point where I just do my own. And it's not a big thing. I don't do it every day. It's just something that's interesting. And you have to follow what the universe, karma, and your higher power tells you. You have to. I'm not one to go against the grain. I pay attention. I do my research. And I always make the right choice for Gigi Darling. Never fall into a trap of what if. I don't do what ifs. That's pretend. That's why we have a zillion movies on Amazon Prime. I don't do pretend, not in my real life. I suggest you take that advice. So let's look up palm reading first. Okay, so thank you and welcome back. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm anxious. I'm ready to get to the end. But no, we're nowhere near the end, Deirdre. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to slow my roll and keep grinding and keep doing my work. A shout out to the future and beyond. I appreciate you. Currently, I'm in production. So every year this time, like last year, I had downtime. I was in production. This year, I don't do downtime because I'm a full-blown. Okay, you know what just happened? We're drinking together. A little burpee. I'm a full-blown vlogger, YouTuber, Facebooker, and I'm going to move over to LinkedIn as well. But it's interesting to feel the progress and to feel the push and the purpose. I'm here for it all. And I'm not even retired yet. I'm just setting up this channel for what's to come. And I'm super excited. Let's focus. Thank you so much. So when you put in palm reading, this is what should come up. Now I'll go to the top in a minute. This is guidance if you want to do your own. But I say if it's something you're interested in, you don't have to tell the person whether they're right or wrong. Tell them I'm not here for that. Just read it. Thank you. Bye. And then you do your own divination and figure out whether it's real or not. I'm not here for people to predict my future. I'm really not. But it's fun. But I don't do it anymore. I do my own. But here at the bottom, it says palmistry. Now, here, let's look it up together. Oops, let me turn on my keyboard light so I can see. There you go. See if I'm trying to look up the pronunciation. I don't want them to. Oh yeah, finally. Okay. Palmistry. Yeah. I hate pulling up the YouTube thing because I'm playing their game, but I'm winning. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not pulling nothing up on YouTube because they want to get you. Palmistry involves more than just noting a particular line on your hand. It means gathering information about the palm shape, and then we're going to go at the top. Okay. Oops. Can y'all see that? Here, let me refresh it. We might lose it. Give me a second. Where is it? Okay, we're going to go to it because it's purple. Okay. Here it tells you, and then we'll finish the definition. Okay. Here it says how. For females, the right hand, and then identify the 4 major lines, and then they interpret the line. So that's the process. It's also known as palm reading. Okay, forget all of that other stuff. It's the practice of fortune telling through the study of the palm. You're actually using the palm for divination, okay, and the lines in the palm of your hand. Okay, so moving forward, you know how we do. We just go boom, boom, boom. Thank you. This is how we rock and roll over here. This is what I would like to say. When I'm doing these types of videos, look it up yourself the same time I'm looking up. Okay, so again, here, it's also known as palm reading. It's the practice of fortune telling through the study of the palm. The practice is found all over the world. It's not just one culture, okay, with numerous cultural variations. Those who practice it are called palmists, hand readers, analyzers, or those other words. I'm not doing that. So here down under the images, it says divination. Reading, here we go. I'll highlight it. The reading of your character, the person who owns the hand, okay, and the divination of the future by interpretation of lines and undulations on the palm of the hand. And here they also admit the origins are uncertain, okay? They do point out India, okay? So you can read the rest. So what do we have down below? And if you want to follow along, come back. All this information is down below. Now let's look up undulation. Okay. I think it's a fascinating topic. I would love to incorporate it in some of my art projects. Okay. Undulation. And that is the action of moving smoothly up and down, a smooth rising and falling form, meaning the curve of your hand. Like close your eyes, open one hand. It's supposed to be our right, but sorry, I'm right-handed, so I'm touching my left hand. And try to hold your hand where you think it's palm up to the sky, and feel the peaks and valleys of your hand. See, people don't understand that part. And I even do it sometimes with the first digit or that first knuckle on your finger up, because that can be uncomfortable. Just to really get all the peaks and valleys and the curves, the rising and fall of the palm of your hand, the ridges. How does it feel? That's the first part. And you have to be comfortable with someone touching your hand. Okay? You have to be giving. Sometimes people go for palm reading and they can't even relax, because it's almost like giving a massage as well. They can't even relax to receive it, because someone has to touch and feel. I want to feel the bone. I want to feel the skin. I want to feel the muscle. I might ask you to move your fingers. I want to see if all of your, bones and, everything is working in there, all the gears and things. I'm not trying to go medical on you. And be able to feel, the, let's just say, I don't know, the reading needs to come through. Okay, so we're gonna say all of that in a minute. I'm not trying to what do they call it? Spoil alert. But yeah, the undulation, okay, like we said before, is the action of moving smoothly up and down and through, the peaks and the valleys, the curves, the skin, the muscle, the ridges, the lines through the whole hand. Okay, so that's a part of it. A lot of people didn't really get that.
Undulation.
It's sort of like you can't play basketball without running up and down the court to make the shot. It just ain't gonna happen. That's all a part of basketball. You can describe it, but you're not actually doing it. Now let's look at this. While you're doing that on your own hand, that's when you come to a chart and you say, okay, let me start to practice. Sorry, I keep throwing the banner up. I just like something down there. All right. Let me see. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Okay. All right. So let me get to it on my. So where do we want to go first? Number one, your fingertips. Okay. And even if you're not reading your fingers, get some lotion, put some essential oil in there and massage them as we're doing this. Okay. So your fingertips, number one. Number two, each finger, and I just go up and down, right? And number three, the phalanges. Those are every part of your finger. The digit, okay? Your finger, the digit. And then the phalange is the whole finger, okay? And the knuckles, okay? Number four is your thumb. Number five, do you see it? On your hand and on the diagram, that's your lifeline. Number six, take a moment to find it. You see it? Right there in the middle. Your headline. Number seven, your heart line. Okay? And don't focus. Don't be like, oh, I'm ticklish. Okay, then don't even go. Because then you're changing the focus and the energy of the purpose, and the seriousness of it, right? And the passion of it. So focus. Number eight, right? Your sun line. A lot of people don't know that there's a sun line. Okay, just because you can't see it does not mean it's not there. Number nine, eight is your fate line. Sorry. Number nine, your sun line. Number 10, Mercury. See it? Pointing to your pinky, as we call it. Number 11, love and affection. Okay, you see them over there? All right. Number 12, the mound of Venus. 13, the mound of the moon. You see it? Okay. You can even, like when you massage, just kind of squeeze it. Okay. Number 14, and that's the hand, the palm itself. If you could hold it, relax your hand, grab it, and shake your hand, then that's when you know you're in the right place. You got it in between your finger. You're pinching it. There you go. 15, okay, the mound of Jupiter. 16, mound of Saturn. 17, mound of Apollo. And 18, mound of Mercury. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot. And you're welcome. It belongs to us here in class culture. So that will always forever live in this video. Okay, so what's next? What is next? So did we do undulation? Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, we did undulation. Palm reading chart. So we looked at one. Let's see what Google got to say about that. All right. Palm reading chart. There we go. So you're going to get a million things. I mean, really, 1,000,005, but take your time, grab two you like the two I shared with you, let's do it one more time. And at the same time, y'all, I get rid of this stuff. So I like something that's sort of like antiquity. And then I like something that's sort of modern. Okay. And then we'll talk about like symbols and things a little later. That's a number 4. Very stylized number 4. Okay. And if you look closely, you'll be able to find those symbols and things Not necessarily on this one, but yeah. But kind of just take your time, and everyone has a different um, taste, designed, aesthetic. What's lovely to you might not be for me. You know, pick one and start there, and then from that point, you'll learn. Now, you can visit this as well. It's a hand assessment chart. I learned organically over time. I didn't have fancy charts way before, internets and Googles and YouTubes and wikis and things like that. So I love that part of me. When phones were attached to walls, thank God. Yeah, I'm grounded in that sense. I have knowledge that people don't possess. So as you can see here, there's a stylized number 4 up there as well. But yeah, we kind of went over that. Those are the symbols for zodiac signs. So there's lots of reasons for the seasons. You got to take it one step at a time. I say use the whole year to learn something new, and then I'll see you back in October, because there's no way you can explain it in a 1-hour show. Okay, so you get to choose which one you like. Okay, just like I choose what I like and what fits for me. Here's someone who actually did, I'm sure that will wash off, to get the process to bring it home. Maybe they were in a class or something. I remember when I was in massage therapy school for other reasons than, just, I already told the story. But we actually painted the bottom of our foot. That was so cool. So you can actually see what organs and which part of your foot represents which organs in your body. So very ancient, let's just say, science that's still alive today. Okay, so what's the next thing? Let's look at fortune telling. Okay. So yeah, I don't really. I'm past the poo pooing it and the people who question it and things like that. You're either here because it's something you're interested in, or are curious about it, or you might be related to someone who's into that, or you might want to go figure it out yourself. So yeah, you have to be here because you want to be here. Fortune telling is the practice of predicting information about a person's life. The scope of fortune telling is, in principle, identical with the practice of, and we'll get to that of part, how we always do. Yes, in San Francisco, there are fortune tellers. I don't indulge in it. It's because I kind of do my own, but it is what it is. The forecast of future events for the delineation of character by methods not ordinarily considered to have a rational basis. Well, people wish and dream, don't they? They sure do. They go to college, they spend money, they raise kids, they wants and wishes them, and they can only hope for the best. We do it every time, every day, all day long. Okay? People will think of the future in a way that is hopeful and pleasant and positive. Unfortunately, you meet people along the way that don't have those skills, or they are not 100 or authentic. You don't have to deal with that person at all. No, ma'am. No, sir. Take a sip. Mhm. All right. A gypsy, a member of a traditionally, okay, itinerant, I, itinerant. Is that what they're saying? Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it. Let me see if I can find a pronunciation, child. You know how they like to use words. I'm like, see, this is another thing. I'm getting it in there. Give me a second. I'm focusing. I got a cup of coffee, a thing in my hand, child. Itinerant. Yeah. This is why people don't like to read, because they throw in stupid words like that. But anyway, itinerant, and what does it mean, Deirdre? Sorry, I clicked off too fast. Sorry. That's not the word. Let me put this cup down. What is wrong with these computers? Good grief. I'm gonna put the whole thing. Here it is. Good grief. Come on now. And you know what, you guys? I clean my cookies. Okay, so that I'm trying not to be funny, but yeah, I clean my stuff. Itinerant. Okay. Traveling from place to place. Nomads. Give me a break. You know, they kill me. A member of a traditionally nomad people who originated in northern India and now live chiefly in Europe and in smaller numbers throughout the world. They're all over now. I got in a whole fight with a gypsy on a bus in Las Vegas. Stay tuned for that story time. A whole fight with a gypsy on the bus in Las Vegas. Yes. Woo, they were going to beat his ass. I was like, out of all these people, you didn't pick the wrong one. I said, I am your people. And he looked at me, and then he looked closer. He was like, oh, wow. And then he wanted to fight. And they were like, and he was like half my size, y'all. A little tiny dwarf. And I'm like, okay, let's get it. I'm a whole veteran. I said, are you ready? And the next bus stop, two men grabbed him and threw him off the bus. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll do that story time in 2-2. But yeah, I'm done with story times for this year. But yeah, we got some fun ones coming up. Yeah, very aggressive. But yeah, he recognized something, and I don't. It's a male thing, and it's like, well, I'm a whole American. You ain't gonna get away with that shit over here. Get the fuck out of here. Oops. Okay, there it is. They're all over. They're going through an identity crisis as well. But yeah, they quoty fingers in the air. They came from India, but I have my own input about that. But that's the traditional meaning, the Romas. Okay, they're called gypsies. They mistakenly believe to have came from Egypt, but they did come through Egypt. They are tribes, nations. I just think they are one of the last really European tribes. Like we still have African and indigenous tribes around the world, but I just think they're one of the last real indigenous tribes that still existed and tried to hold on to their identity. And I think they're some of the last people, let's look at some pictures, that actually lived that nomadic life, that old tradition of coming through India, through the spice, routes, and the old Marco Polo stories where humans did migrate. And I just believe they're just some of the last ones. And I've had this discussion with people, and they say, yeah, I think you're right. I'm like, yeah, they're just one of the last ones. And I think they're going to disappear. I really do. And it's very interesting because they held on to that, the traveling and the migrating and the tribal nomad identity. But in this modern world, there's just no way. With borders, they couldn't get through countries. They got trapped in certain countries. They assimilated. Yeah, we do the belly dance and things like that, but it's just something that it's lost. It's just lost. So you can do your own research on gypsies. This is not about gypsies, but yeah, even in my family, they were mistaken as Native Americans, and they were not. I did my whole DNA here on my channel, and you just see how they're all in through on that side of India and everything. They just blended in. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. They were not a Cherokee or Blackfeet. Even the one lady that is on our family tree, she identified with the Chickasaw because, they accepted her and they do kind of look alike. And so that was just what she did because in America, it was all mess back then. Mm-hmm. She had to go somewhere. But yeah, I always knew that was my family's history. Now we have since, intertwined with other cultures and things. But yeah, we are very proud people. And I I think it's interesting because I embrace all my cultures in my DNA. I wish everybody else did. That's all I can say. All right, what's next? Gypsy traditions and superstitions marriage. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we can have that conversation a million times and some people just won't get it, and that's okay. All right. So when you look this up, there was a whole show, I think it was on the BBC, about how unusual their marriages are. Well, for me, it was just like old tradition, but they try to do it in modern times, and you can't do that because that's like against the law to have sex with people that are under 18. It is against the law. It's disgusting. But yeah, they talk about it, how they try to live in the modern world and all of that. And then all the culture classes and all the identity problems and the hate and the racism and the sexism and the womanizing. It's just, I'm a human first. Don't call me a crayon or a color. I identify as African American. And if you don't look at my DNA, because then you'll really be confused, because I can pick out of 8 cultures and I can be a happy whatever and be proud of it. Okay. But here, usually gypsy marriages end because precisely one, if not both spouses, goes on to live with someone else who will not be referred to as a husband. Exactly. They don't believe in the marriage, as in dearly beloved marriage. They're nomads. They're the last, like I said, they're the last tribal people in Europe that tried to travel through and, to me, got stuck in certain places because they can't just freely go elsewhere. They don't get ID cards. They don't have passports. They don't have traditional jobs. They live out of back of wagons. They know how to sew, make clothes. You know, some of the people or the kids are legit, but they feed the money into the old. I think they should be a UNESCO a protected tribe. A shout out to Real Time. Maybe I'll put it down below in the description box. UNESCO has identified one of Africa's tribes as a protected class. I'm like, thank God. I don't want them. I want them to live the way they want to live 500 years from now. If they still want to live in huts near a river, let them. And that, I think that's the same thing that's going to happen to the gypsies. You know, they're just going to be a myth 600 years from now. Like, I had a discussion with somebody about the Bible. Thank God the Bible existed, whether you're religious or not, because of Queen Sheba. Somebody would have said that was a lie, and it's not. She was a real person. It's beautiful. But yeah, there's a lot of old stereotypes going around. I'm not going to get into whether it's good or bad. It is what it is, John. They dress promiscuously. It's just some of it is quite terrible. But yeah, I just want to talk about that. Why? Because palm reading sort of came out of that. Oh, tell me my future. Tell me, will I be rich? Tell me, will I pick a husband? Tell me, will I have kids? Tell me, will we live? Tell me, will we survive? Tell me if this person is alive and we haven't seen them. You know, this is like 500 years ago. So it grew from that. It was a part of entertainment. It was a part of tradition. It was a part of celebrating. It was a part of divination. It was honored. And sometimes they got it right. Sometimes they got it wrong. But it mattered to know that, you know, now we can call someone. I can call someone right now overseas and they'll pick up the phone. They couldn't do that back then. So it is definitely a custom and it's definitely a tradition. And marriages had a lot to do with it. Okay. I'm not talking about the law. I'm not talking about if it's good or bad. I'm not talking about polygamy. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that was the process. Let me read your future so I can tell you if you're going to live and have a happy life. Who you're going to live with and if you're going to have a happy life. Or if you're making the right decision. Okay? So yeah, you can look that up. I wanted to add a little bit of that into there because as they travel through different places in Europe, they were seen as mystics, and oftentimes they made their money going through different towns and what? Read people's fortunes. How? By reading their palms. So it all mattered, you guys. It all mattered. So yeah, we can all read stories. See, there's that show. I didn't like the show. I watched it for a couple of times, but I didn't like it. I was like, no, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, I just think they're one of the last people from that tradition of traveling back and forth from India, the spice routes to Egypt, and colonialism and all of that just stopped it, and they got trapped in certain countries and continued their traditions. And they did travel back and forth through the little tiny continents, but that even came to the end. Before we left Germany, when I was in the Air Force, the Gypsies were rampant in Rome. You couldn't even get to the monuments because the Gypsies were everywhere and picking pockets and the kids and this and that. And they finally got rid of them. But yeah, I meant to get rid of them because they're just criminals. But there is a scene. Which one is it? Hannibal the Cannibal. There's one. Which one is it? Where they hire the gypsy to try to get him and he kills him. And I'm like, oh, that was a nice, nod to where the gypsies, what they do, how easy it is to hire them to do mischief and to commit crimes. But yeah, not so much now. But I hated it. This was like in the late 80s. It's like, oh, they almost ruined tourism because they would run around in bands of people. And it's like, oh my God, what is going on? You couldn't get off of a bus in America. It's like, go away, leave us alone. And then they would follow you. It's like, no, get away. So a couple of times I even wore my uniform because I would take family members on tours. And you can do that long as it's proper. Just so they could leave us alone. It was disgusting. And then they have old world views and things like that. But forget that. I'm a whole modern human being. Yeah, I don't care what you got on. You're going to treat me the way I want to be treated. But if you've ever interacted with a gypsy, it is a very peculiar, some of them can be very aggressive or downright disrespectful. But when I let them know, okay, I got a little bit, I know this and that, and I'll say certain things and they'll back off. Like, oh, okay, you're one of us. Oh, you know what we're up to. Yeah, go away. And some of them will look at me like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see it a little. Yeah. So, but that's how they made their money. Doing palm reading for people that were not in their culture. And as that grew, it lasted a good, 200-300 years. It was cute. But then modern America, modernized everything. I would say around 1900, their culture started dying as well, just like, unfortunately, the native indigenous people of Northern America culture died too, because people were just decimated and taken control of and abused. And it's the crimes still make me just sad. And even today, they're still suffering. So, unfortunately, this is something that I'm glad it's still alive as far as palm reading. And I think they can still make money off of it. I think somehow in the modern world, they can still hang on to that. But I think I shared in another video how now a lot of gypsies are being converted to Christianity. And I think that's really the nail in the coffin, pun intended, to their culture, unfortunately. But yeah. And someone asked me the other day, they said, well, do they, because I was telling them this topic was coming up, do they still exist in Roma? I said, not really. Not really. So yeah. Yeah, they're very, very strange people. And I'm laughing because, yeah, I know a few, and they're just a very difficult people. All right. So fortune. Oh, where did palm reading start? Oh, did I? Okay. Did I forget that part? Oh, I just didn't put it in my little thing. Okay. Give me a second. Here we go. Let me put it in my, yeah. So yeah, that's where it came. They had to predict the future. We in America now, presently, current, modern time, can say, is this a good person for me to marry? Can they provide for me? Are they good? Do we get along? Are we compatible? Is it somebody I can trust? Those are the things we can predict now. We know that. We can look at credit reports. We can see if they got a job. We can see how they treat their people. We know how to choose a partner. They, back then, this is how they did that. Okay. We have things in place where we can see whether good or not. You know, back then I'd been like, build a hut and let me see if you can build shelter. You have to protect me. I did a show in real time about alpha males. Yeah, I need them strong arms and they need to belong to me and they need to protect me. I don't do you know, hocus pocus. No, I'm real when it comes to that part. No, I need to see exactly. I need to see credit reports. I need to see bank accounts. I need to see property. I need to see love, devotion. I need to see truth, honesty. I need to see, compatibility. I need to see all of that. Back then, they didn't have that. So I'm not talking from a modern person point of view. You have to think clearly when we're talking about these topics. So, where did palm reading start? Before I go to the next thing. Yeah, I have to break it down for some people because sometimes y'all like to get off track. And I'm like, huh? The origins of palmistry are uncertain. It may have begun in ancient India and spread from there. It was probably from their original Indian home that the traditional palm or fortune telling of Roma was derived. Okay, that's fine. But we know the history and the provenance of mankind is Mother Africa. That's why they didn't have a problem. They didn't have a problem traveling through Africa. Okay, and here they talk about that because the old spice roots and the people who were the nomads and the people who were good at the trading and the bartering and all of that, to me these are the last of that type, right? They traveled China, Tibet, Egypt, even lower Egypt, parts of Africa, Persia, Europe. They were welcomed. They could go anywhere. But as modern times, the 50s, the 60s, the wars, all of those routes were cut off. And even some made it through Greece. So to me, they're just the last ones. And I think they should be a protected species on Earth. Just like that good African tribe is now a UNESCO. They're going to be protected, meaning leave them alone. Okay? So here is when you put in where did palm reading start, you go to images. That's where the image where we looked at earlier today. And they're, like we said, they're different versions. Okay? Here, you're going to see that in nasty art and craft project. And here is a pretty stylized one. Okay? And then you'll find pretty symbols like the symbol 4 on certain diagrams. It's just a project I'm working on. You'll see that later. So yeah, get your life, learn, and now you know the process. Now you know the why. Now you know the when and the who. Okay? Whether you want to do it yourself or not, it's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing hoodoo about it. There's nothing negative, demonic, anything like that. It's your hand. It's there. It's a culture that's been doing it for millennia. Go get your life. I just know how to do my own. That's all. And I've been doing it. Do I do other people's? No. No, ma'am. No, sir. Just don't do it. Not interested in. So let me remove these so I can I just like being efficient, doing things in real time. So yeah. Okay. All right. Let me make sure. Okay. Done. So, guess what? Fortune telling in Africa, right? African divination is practiced by cultures in Africa. It is an attempt to form it. Oh wait, divination is an attempt to form and possess and understand every reality in the present, and additionally to predict events and reality of a future time. We already know that, right? So you can use things that are not part of your body, which we've already discussed. Now we're using what? Our hand. So yes, it is. Mali. We're going to talk about Mali. It's still practiced in Africa. Okay? And here, they talk about external divination, uh, stones, shells, we talked about tea leaves and things like that. But we are going to talk about fortune telling. Okay? In Africa, it's they call it hoodoo or root working. And it can be a fortune telling or a reading as well. So it's not foreign to our culture, your DNA. It ain't foreign to mine. So they even talk about here. So they do practice fortune telling and divination. We already talked about that. But the Zulu also practice throwing bones, fortune telling. What do people in America like to do sometimes that's similar to that? Playing dice. 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 It feels natural, doesn't it? Like dancing feels natural. Like when MTV first came on, and my mom was like, "Oh, this is great, the routines, because that's a throwback to our African culture, the dancing." I said, "It sure is." So if it feels familiar, it's probably ancient. It's in your DNA. It's been done. It's been done more times than not. Meaning it was done for 10,000 years, and the last 800 years have been a crapshoot. Pun intended. It's in us. Zulu, Mali, they're still doing it. They throw bones. They do fortune telling. They do divination. Even games we play, dominoes, things like that. It is get your life, do your research, but it is ingrained in us, and it all has to do with. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people gamble. They don't know how to. A gambling can be an addiction, but it's supposed to be a form of entertainment, relaxation, fun, gathering, laughter, bonding, all of that. But you can also decipher personal destiny. Okay. Like this is a fun website. Give me a second. Okay, I'll share this down below. No, I'm not supposed to now. Well, yeah, I'm about to share. Let me see. I'll copy and put this on the top. So you can feel good about it. Put it that way. But some people, I cannot stand people that they want everything to be evil except what they want, or what they were perceived to be correct or holy and all of that. I'm like, get out of here with that stuff. We don't do that here in class culture. We do this research. But here isn't a whole article, and they talk about different beliefs, what they do, where all of this came from, where it started. And guess what? There's a whole town in America called what? Las Vegas, that do what? Play on all of those bygone cultures and rituals and celebrations and traditions, and you didn't even know. Now you know. Why? Because this is class culture, and that's what we do. Okay, so what's next? Yeah, we influx over here. So let's go to the second website. Alrighty. Let me copy these and put these up here. And when I tell my stories, all of this is going to be a part of that. My stories have to be ingrained in truth and history and culture, not necessarily mystique and lies and made up things like mummies that walk around. And I've had enough of that. It's fun. I love them, still watch them, but that's not my body of work. My work will be based on, you will be able to come back to a video, HUGz. You're in class culture when you hear you're HUGz and say, that's where she got that from. Yep. Shh, don't tell nobody. Yeah, you actually learn things over here. Yeah, it's hard work, but it's good work when you are in the arts. And I'm just demonstrating that. So here's a beginner's guide to reading palms. That's why I didn't spend a lot of time on that, you guys, because it's all here. The function. This is all down below. How to get started. Okay? So that's the first one. If it's glitchy on your side, trust me, it's glitchy on my side. I don't know what their problem is. Here is a palm reading chart you'll want to refer to over and over again. No, I'm not opening that. Okay, we already talked about that. Okay. So don't look, let people earn their keep. Lines on the palms, heart line. They go through every line and they give you a little bit of info. I'm not going to do that here. Why? Now it's your turn. Okay. Don't go be a wise ass when you go sit with someone. Let them do what they're doing. Don't say, well, I know everything about it. I would kick you out. Just let it happen. Enjoy it. Sit back, relax. Good grief. I've seen people like that, but you trust. If you've never been out with me, then now you know, because I can't stand a wise ass like that. Be quiet. Let them do their job. Give them that respect. You know, don't sit there and go through the process, give them your money, and then leave and go, well, that was a crock of shit. Well, she gonna put some bad juju on you. That's all I'm saying. Don't be so nasty. Why did you go in the first place? I cannot stand people like that. Why are you there? Or they think, oh, I did this, I'm gonna get the good. No, you're not, because you're fake. Take a sip. Yeah, I can't do fake. My channel 100 every day, all day. How to read palms, beginner's guide. That's a pretty picture. Hand shape, earth hand, fire hand, air hand. We've already done that, right? The elements. You know, I got you, HUGz. There you go. Okay, and this is down below for you and me, because I come back to there too. All right. So what's the next? So we did those. Yeah, I want you to feel good about the activity, not be all weirded out. But no, see, that's why a lot of these cultures were decimated, because you gave them the power they didn't possess. You know why? All of that's gone away now. All of that hurt and harm, the laws and the fighting and all of that, we've gotten rid of that. We've got the laws on the book. Just live your life now. Reclaim. I've reclaimed them. I want you to as well. You'll be okay. I could just make my channel about being Gypsy. How about that? But I'm not, because I'm more than that. But I could make my channel being just African. But I'm not. I'm just more than that. I'm trying to be inclusive. Okay. So here we go. I thought it was, well, I'll keep that under my hat. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting how people are now gravitating towards my channel. It's like, well, I've always said that. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. Here is that wonderful, wonderful diagram that we went over. Go away. So they're going to walk you through it. Okay. And then you're going to get other weird stuff like, ooh, creepy, not scary at all. But okay. So there it is for you. That I found that on Tumblr. We are going to be, I wrote it down in my book. I'll do my research, but yeah, it's there. I'm not on Tumblr yet, but that's where you're going to find that. I have an account, but there's ain't nothing going on over there but the rent over here. So yeah, not yet. I'll get there. I've grown my channel organically, and I'm not going to change anything because it's working. Shout out to the 400,000 plus views. Hashtag 3,000. I'm working on my 3,000 subscribers. Welcome. Thank you for being a part of that. You'll be able to say you were the first 3,000, because then we're going to go to 6,000. Then we're going to go to 10,000. Then when I retire, we're going to go to wherever we're going to be at. But yeah, this is cool. Yeah, it's my squeaky director's chair. What can I say? Mystic Mag. Okay? Isn't that cool? So I'm just giving you what we already talked about. Okay? But in different, let's just say, on different platforms. We got a website, we got a blog, we got a book, we got, insight. This is a guide. This is everything we've talked about: earth, air, water, all the goodness we've already discussed. We will talk about the planets next year, not this year. It's too much. I was thinking, tell me what you think. Since we're not going to do birthday parties, I'm still going to do playlists. I can do playlists based on the zodiac every month, and then every zodiac has elements and symbols associated with it. So yeah, tell me what you think, because I'm like, I want a creative way on how to not just say, okay, here is the Saturn, here is Mercury. Now Apollo is not a planet. I know that, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to find a creative way to bring it to the channel where it'll be fun, like Vlogtober is fun. Okay, mountains and plains, right? So that's all here for you. All right. So next, yeah, I'll come up with something. It'll be just as fun as this. All right. So here, goodness gracious, here is, if you want to do it this way, that's fine. To me, that gives me a headache just looking at it. But one day I'll come back here and I'll go, oh, okay, I see what they mean. But yeah, I can't even. Ooh, that was all nasty crack. Ooh, I love it. But yeah, there's a chart for you. Okay. So the last 4, and then we'll be done. Yay. I'm glad we got to this point. And I think I'm all caught up in real time. I'm not quite sure yet because I'm just enjoying the holidays. I hope you are too. I really am. My real life comes first. So I appreciate you guys. And look at the first 9 months of my channel. Oh my God, we accomplished so much this year. It's a blessing, and I'm super happy. We've done so much. People are like jealous. They're copying. They're trying to block. They're trying to throw you off your perch. They're trying to create, hardships. They're trying to turn narratives. They're trying to do a lot of things where we hashtag 25. I get my 25 views every plus more every video. So yeah, the devil is let the devil stay mad. Okay, they try to change what you wanted for your channel and try to make it their purpose. It's like, or you'll tell them honestly your goal, your purpose, your business plan, as we say in the business corporate world. And they try to change it. It's like, no, nothing's changed. If anything, I've been more successful than ever. So thank you, HUGz. I appreciate you. So yeah, it's been a very strange odyssey. Yeah, I can use that now. But I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. It's a blessing. And I do pay homage to my DNA and the people who raised me, to that built me for this. I've been ready for it for a long time, but it's really interesting when it really actually happens. You're like, oh, wow. Okay. So here, this has nothing to do with the zodiac. That's in advertising. I'm not one to click like clicky either. I've never been one to do that. So here, the Chinese also do palm reading. Okay? So there you go, another culture. So I think I want to move that first one we looked at because I forgot to add it. Let me see. We'll cut it. Or we added it in real time. I want to put that here. I'm going to put that on top of the Chinese one. Okay? Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. So now we're looking at this one. So there you go. Here we go. Major, minor lines, all of that. They have a different, let's just say, I don't know, lingo, but it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Nice, right? And then you can hit each one. There you go. Okay? Even if you have moles on your hand, all types of goodness. Right? And it's fun. It's almost like it can be a game. If you want it to be a game, it can be a game. Some people play board games. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. However you want to look at it, it's fine. Just don't poo-poo it. Don't disrespect it. How would you like to be in your Baptist church on a Sunday and someone breaks in the door and disrupts and disrespects the service? No, that's very rare. People aren't doing that because give me a break. Mind your own business. So yeah, treat them with the same dignity. That's all. And here's a study. Mm-hmm. And it's very interesting. And I do follow it, but not a lot. Not a lot. Because I just know what it is. You know, how many people do you know actually study their culture every day? No, they don't. So yeah, you can go forward and read that. That's down below in the description box. But I wanted to include that because we do also include academia over here. So here are some superstitions. Mm-hmm. Culture trip. All right. So this is a vlog. It's a travel vlog. And they talk about different superstitions. Okay. All right. There's that mirror thing. Mm-hmm. We talked about that. Family fights. You know, it's interesting, right? Be careful with your handbag. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like to put it on the floor. They say if you put it on the floor, you'll lose money. I've heard that a lot. I'm not a superstitious person. I can't help it. Okay. Right? If you want to offer flowers to a Romanian, be careful of how many flowers you do give. Even numbers are for the deceased, so you might want to choose an odd number. Okay, just little things. That's a pretty picture, isn't it? You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. I love the digital world. I really do. Okay, there we go. You'll see that in the future sometime. Okay, so you can read the rest, but we are going to end on this, and then it's awesome. So let me make sure I got rid of all my overlays and make sure I make a copy of this wonderful topic. Mm-hmm. This color green was my mom's favorite color, very deep, dark, evergreen, and I definitely want to pay homage to her by putting that color up there because we have these discussions all the time, and it's interesting, to be the elder and all of that now. But yeah, I think about her every day. So let me take it away because we're done. We did it. We are over here in flux. Mm-hmm. Molly's hidden history of fortune telling. So throughout all the struggles of mankind and of history, some people are stuck in history, meaning they don't want to go past what they know, or they want to live in the hate and the hurt and the harm, and they don't know how to move on and celebrate the now. Fortune telling in Africa got lost. Okay, it's still there. Okay. This is africannews.com. And this is an article talking about that. Okay. Where they still celebrate it. It's still part of everyday life. It's still African. And that's where it came from, because mankind came from the continent of Africa. So you know I was going to leave you with this. And this is down below in the description box. Okay. So here. Okay. Elderly women are found of being seers, okay, in fortune telling, a duty that has made them very popular and successful. Well, that's because they've lived lives. Right now, like I told you at the beginning of the video, I don't have to go anywhere. I know what to do. I don't need to pay anybody. I know what it is. I know what it works for me. I just offer to teach you, or to go to someone trusted, or go to a learned person. I don't read people's fortunes. I just do my own thing. Okay. Some of the acts involve beads, divination as well. Okay. And then they talk about luck. All right. Visionaries are often consulted by family members. So I just wanted to share that part with you. It's still alive on the continent of Africa. And that's really all you need to know. Right. So yeah, enjoy. If you're new here and this is your first one, go back from 1 to 21. If you have been keeping track, thank you very much. Let me know. And we only have 9 more days to go. So I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, I love that topic. It will never, 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 never go away. It's always in my heart. We always take it seriously. Yes, we aced that one. And nothing will ever change that, because it's a part of my culture, and I don't need permission. I don't share it with a lot of people. Now I've shared it here with Class Culture. But I just find a lot of people, I don't care what you call yourself. I'm going to start meeting people on that level. I'm going to start asking them, how do you practice your culture? What do you do? I'm not talking about popular music. I'm not talking about what's the latest fashion. I want to know, what have you grabbed from the past currently now? That's when you know you are a living, breathing descendant of someone thousands and thousands of years ago. So thank you, Hearts of Gold. Look forward to number 23, because I'm having fun doing these. Thank you so much. Have a good night. And until next time, hit all of those reminder buttons. Have a good night, a good day, whenever you come back around. And please leave comments. Email me or text me. My phone number and information, email is down below. For any good information, any other topics you want me to hit. Who knows, when you come across this video, I watch videos that are 7, 10 years old. I appreciate you from the bottom of my golden heart. And until next time, see you later. Bye!